Hello, my YouTube and Facebook family. How you doing today? And thanks for chatting with Cece. As you can hear, my baby's in the background making noise. You know how the kids are. You know, when you start doing something, everybody got to start making noise. But that's how it is. And usually I come on a Sunday, but today I know it's Monday. Try to stay on schedule, but it just don't work like that sometimes. So, here I am, Monday, chatting with Cece. And we're still gonna chat, same format. Last week I must say I interviewed a lady called Lauren Griggs, a young girl author that had a poetry book, Walk by Faith. But it's walk in faith. I had to make that correction. It's walk in faith. But still, the Amazon link is still up there in the old podcast. So, you want to support her. It's a good book. A young Black business owner, support. It's Christmas time. So go to that last tape and you will see her Amazon link. It's Walk in Faith. I'm doing it again. Walk in Faith by Lauren Griggs. Anyway, now that I got that disclaimer out the way, I wanted to talk today. I don't have anybody that I'm interviewing. I wanted to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Now, I know everyone was surprised. Well, I wouldn't say everyone because I wasn't surprised. I mean, from the start, the judge they had on that case just seemed to be, I don't know, just a little biased to me, a little biased. I mean, from the beginning, it was like he was going along making small talk with Kyle Rittenhouse. What kind of stuff is that? Even did you know he let him pick his own jury? In what world does that happen? It definitely doesn't happen in the world with people of color on trial. I got someone here. Let's see what they're saying. If you ever met Cal on the street, I was showing what up. You know what? I'm not going to say nothing because I have my personal opinions about that too. He got off on a not guilty plea. I don't know what the jury was thinking. Apparently they thought it was self-defense, but I see him as a vigilante. I mean, that's just how I see him, as a vigilante, because I mean, he didn't have to. If he had stayed at home, he wouldn't have had to be trying to do self-defense. I mean, do you agree with that? He wouldn't have had to do self-defense. And when you think about it, like I say, to me, the judge was totally off. I don't know why people didn't have a problem with the way he was interacting with Cal in the first place. And that's just my personal opinion. I think he was totally biased. He let him pick his own jury, which that was crazy. And I heard it was an all-white jury except for one black person. They haven't disclosed who these people are yet, and probably for good reason too. I'm quite sure people would be mad at him. But when you try to think about what reasoning did they have, first of all, the judge threw out the minor charge. And to me, that was kind of off. He brought a gun across county lines. I mean, what's with that? I got a couple of comments. Let me see what it say. They want to go. Let me see what this is. Someone writing that. Yeah, I got that. Okay, they want to go. The AR-15s and come in. Okay, what do you mean pick his own jury? What they did was they labeled the jury. You know how like if you have 8 people and you label them 1 through 8 or 1 through 15 or something, whatever the number is. He put the numbers all in a bag, and you can look this up. He put the judge put all the numbers in the bag, and whoever Kyle picked was sat on his jury. I mean, yeah, picked them out of hat. Yeah, that's what happened. And pretty much, how could you do that? You know any? I'm sorry to say, you heard of any black man that they ever gave the privilege to do that? I mean, that's just unheard of. So getting back to what I was saying, okay. To me, it's vigilante, ism, or what you could say, because he said he was practicing self-defense. Okay. I could see self-defense in a way, but like I said, if he had stayed home, he wouldn't have to worry about self-defense because he didn't have any business there. I mean, nobody was after his business. They protested Black Lives Matter. He said he's for the Black Lives Matter movement, which, I mean, I'm just telling you what he says. I'm not saying that he is for Black Lives Matter. I mean, he's saying anything right now at this point. But why was he out there with that kind of gun in the first place? I mean, and when the judge going to throw that charge out, I mean, what's that about? That is breaking a law, so it's a misdemeanor. Why wouldn't you even leave that? So basically, I kind of felt from the beginning that this was going to be a wash because the judge was setting it up so that they really had to look. They had to really look at this to charge him with something, hardcore in order to make it stick. You say he should have stayed home. I agree. And even why his mother wasn't charged. It was a lot of charges that could have went around, but it wasn't. Okay, so going back to the jury, let's discuss what the jury could have possibly been thinking. Now, one thing, in the tape, they show him with this big old rifle, and guys was chasing him and attacking him. True. I don't know what was said. I don't know if he called anybody out of their name or what was said, the reason they was doing that. But you could think about it this way. It's a middle of a protest. Nobody else have guns. This white guy got this big old rifle on, AK or whatever, on his shoulder, and nobody else have guns. Now, really, even the cops should have been tackling him to take it off him because, I mean, why does he have this gun? Nobody else have guns. I mean, he could shoot everybody just aimlessly. You know how people go crazy these days. He could shoot them. I mean, anything could happen. So, of course, people probably should have been attacking him. If I walk down the street with a big old rifle on my back, especially when it's high tensions outside and things are happening. Okay, let's say a Trump rally. if I walk down in the middle of a Trump rally with my skin color, with a big old rifle on my back, somebody's gonna stop me. It's gonna be the cops or some of those Trump people, white supremacists. Somebody's gonna stop me. They just not gonna let me sit up there with a gun that I could possibly turn on a big crowd of people and just shoot them up any kind of way. So when you think about he was being attacked, yeah, he probably was being attacked, and he should have been attacked. Like I say, the police even should have attacked him. Instead, they rode right past him. Looking for other people that look like me rather than looking at people with him with the gun. So I don't know. Like I say, I don't know what the jury thought because he was being, attacked and kind of getting his butt kicked in the street. Was that self-defense? I wouldn't say it was self-defense because, like I said, why was he holding the gun in the first place? If let's go back to me holding a gun in the middle of a Trump rally. If nobody didn't attack me and I shot up about 20 people, then people will say, oh, why nobody bothered to stop her? Why nobody didn't say anything? So you see the flip side of that coin, So I'm just guessing. Maybe that's what the jury thought. Well, he was being attacked. Poor Kyle Rittenhouse. But at the same time, he shot 3 or 4 people. I think 2 of them died. They was white people. I think a black one got shot, but he didn't die. But I mean, so when you say about all lives matter, Cal is off to do whatever he want to do. What about the other people's lives? These was young men. What about their lives? Everybody want to shout, all lives matter. It don't look like all lives matter. In the United States, it seemed like the only lives matter if you're rich. And this is just my opinion. If you're rich, if you hold a certain social class, or if you got, those certain connections, then your lives may matter. But other than that, I don't see where all lives matter. The police should have been out in the street. Yes, the police should have been out in the street. And that's what I'm saying. Where was the police? In fact, when Kyle was walking down the street with his rifle after he had shot somebody, they ran right past him. Seeing him with the gun, he didn't look like a policeman. He didn't have a police uniform on. They walked right past him. So we got to come and say it would only be vigilantism if he retaliated after the fact. Okay, so I see what you're saying with that, but like I said, so why was he out in the street in the first place with the gun? Is that not? I mean, he's underage. He has a gun. What was it? I mean, he didn't have any business out there. He didn't have any store to protect. What was that? That wasn't acting like a vigilante. I mean, I would like to know if that's not a vigilante. If you going after somebody supposed to make things right or going to equal out the score or something, I mean, that's not a vigilante. Like I say, he didn't have no store to protect. He wasn't protecting anybody he knew. He walking out there like he's Superman, like he's gonna help out somebody. I guess help out the people that he thought would have been attacked. That's a vigilante. That's what that is. I don't see how to see it any different. It's a cost us on the ask them for the militia to be there. Well, I see it as a vigilante. Now, like I say, whether he had was whether the jury thought it was his right to be there, I don't know. And why wasn't he even tried for taking the gun over state lines? I have known people to get in trouble for that, for just carrying guns over the state line. In fact, we had a guy in Atlanta. There was a guy that, well, he brought a gun to the airport. I don't know if that's the same thing, but he brought a gun to the airport. Wasn't supposed to have a gun. That's why he ran. Wasn't supposed to have a gun in the first place because apparently he had a record. But forgot his gun in his bag, and that's easy could be done. That's easy could be done, but he knew he was going to get in trouble, so he took off and ran. And like I say, that gun went off. Everybody running because you ain't supposed to have a gun in certain places. If there's a big crowd, why are you having a gun? Nobody else have a gun except the police. I don't know. But somebody say he didn't take it over state lines. I heard he did because he don't live in Wisconsin. He live in Illinois. So did he buy the gun there? Because he said he didn't take it over state lines. It says in Kenosha you're allowed to open carry. Well, that may be true. I mean, here in Georgia you're allowed to open carry if you have a license some places. But when there's a crowd, there's a crowd there, and a high volatile crowd. I bet you, if a lot of those Black Lives Matters had showed up with guns, that would not been the case. I know it would not have been the case that they would allow have guns in that crowd. So, maybe it is an open gun. Like I say, different rules apply to different people at different times. But who knows? Like I say, I guess one of the jurors, will write a book or something letting us know what was on their mind. In the meantime, I don't know what's going to happen to Kyle, because it's going to be awful hard in these streets once his security died down, because he did take two people's lives, and, them people had loved ones too. So, I don't know. Somebody said the Black Lives Matter crowd did have guns. Well, I tell you what, Super Kill, if they had guns, it wasn't on that video that they showed in court over and over and over again. So I don't know where you got all the guns from, because the gun that the guy got shot with was Kyle's gun. Now, to me, if somebody had guns, they could have easily shot Kyle because he was busy in the street fighting or getting beat up. So somebody could have easily shot him if they had so many guns. I don't know why they didn't. Not to say I'm saying they should have, but I didn't see any guns, and I didn't see anybody else who had guns. So that's it with that. So as far as I'm concerned, to me, it's like telling people that if you feel like you need to go do what you need to do, then you go do it. So anyway, that's it. It reminds me kind of like the January 6th incident, where you got people out there that's fighting, breaking in the White House and everything, and basically nobody get arrested. That's what it reminded me of. Now we got the Ahmad Arbery trial. So let's switch to that. The Ahmad Arbery trial, we got again a jury with all white and one person of color. I don't know if they black or I don't know what they are, but I know they are colored. Now, I as for the last time I looked at TV, I know they had closing arguments today. I didn't see I didn't see where they have ruled on this yet, but I kind of have hopes for this because the fact that everybody that I heard testify, they gave good testimony. It sounded truthful and everything. So I don't know. I don't know. We're waiting to be seen. My personal feelings on this. I mean, Ahmad Arbery went into a work site. That happens every day. I have went into, you see construction going up with new houses, and you want to see what the houses look like. Sometimes they have them open, and you could just walk right in and just look at them. You ain't stealing nothing. You just look at them, and nobody cares. I mean, it happens every day. So, the fact that he was chased down, accused of stealing, especially when he's jogging down the street and you could clearly see it's not a toaster or oven or a piece of wood or something in his hands. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting when that trial shows up. And then another thing that I don't like about this trial, which I agree with the district attorney when she said that the defense attorney is making a big deal about the black preachers. I think that's just showboating too, just for a mistrial, because I think things possibly is not going in his way. So, if he create all this buzz trying to show where this is unfair because this guy got all these preachers out here and causing like a ruckus, because, anytime really black people get together, it's aggression and a big ruckus. So, he wanted to call a mistrial. And I think that was his plan from the beginning. But it seemed like this judge is fairer, and he's not playing into that. And probably just want to get this case over with. So we'll see where that's going. I guess that'll be what we'll talk about next week if you want to tune in. And meanwhile, I'm starting off this channel. So please, if you like talking, please like, share, comment. I appreciate your comments. I mean, whether you agree or disagree with somebody that come on, just say your take on it. Everybody got a different take on it. Let's go to this. Let's talk about this Chinese tennis star. I don't want to mess up her name. Ping Xiaohui. I don't know. But anyway, I'll tell you the story about it. She accused one of the Chinese people of sexually abusing her. And we all know that when you're a gymnast or athletic, and your parents let you go with your people that's supposed to take care of you, a lot of this stuff been going on where they've been abusing these girls and taking advantage of these girls and everything like that. But we're talking about China here. So, China is a communist country. Not to knock China, but I'm just saying it's a communist country, and you just can't speak open like you supposed to could in America. And when I say supposed to could, because, different strokes for different folks. But, you just can't go accusing people and making the country look bad. So all of a sudden she vanished and everybody was looking for her. Didn't know where she was. So she surfaced one day this week and said that she's all right. She's back in her country. And I think she's from Beijing. She's back in her country and she's doing all right. She just wanted to get away. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know if she was threatened. Her family was threatened. Who knows? But she's trying to quiet things down now. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see where that goes. And I guess nobody had nothing to talk about that. So let's go to the Haitians that have kidnapped the Christians over there in Haiti. What do you think about that? Part of me says that I know United States have to be diplomatic, but sometimes I just feel like we should go over there and just show them, because these is nothing but thugs, thugs that took a whole bunch of Christian folks, and I believe they got some kids with them. It was 17 missionaries, and I think they have kids with them. They let two of them go just to show that they healthy, but they demanding $1 million. Now, this is nothing but a gang, a Haitian gang that's demanding money from the United States for some hostages. You know, we supposed to not give into that, and we don't pay for hostages, but they're threatening to kill these hostages. So I don't know how Biden is handling that, but if it was me personally, I think we need to take our SEAL team over there and exterminate all of those people that's involved with this, and that way, the next time a militia gang or whatever decides to kidnap United States people, they'll think twice about it. I mean, because you just can't keep letting people come over and do what they want to do. Because if you do, it's going to happen more and more. Do you remember back a couple of years ago? I don't know if it was Haitians, but Africans, could have been Africans, that they would attack these ships and take American hostages. You know, I can't remember who. I don't know if Clinton was president at that time, but we had to put a stop to that. We had to put a stop to that. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to just go show your strength and show what you're capable of, because it's just like a bully. A bully gonna keep on bullying until you show them what's up. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think force is probably going to be needed to get these people back, because I definitely hope they don't get killed. They definitely don't deserve that. So anyway, that was our big topics of the week. Try to think what else happened. If you have anything that you think, another news topic. About time, the Malcolm X documentary. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but for a long time, everybody always suspected about the killing of Malcolm X. Really, most people think the government was behind it. That's just hearsay, but because I don't know if it's true or not. But everybody was saying 3 men was convicted. Everybody was saying from the beginning that 2 of them, it wasn't any evidence that pointed to the 2 of them, but they was railroaded in with the killing of Malcolm X in 1965. So that's a long time. That's over. Oh, that's over about 40 years. These people have been in jail. 44 years. These people have been in jail. And one of the guys who they kept, I can't pronounce none of their names because they Nation of Islam, and I'm sorry, I'm not good with foreigners' names, so I'm not even going to try to say them. But out of the 3 men they arrested, one man that said that he was involved with it. He didn't say he was the only one, but he said he was involved with it. He always said that these 2 other men was innocent. But of course, if you don't have the money and invite counsel, and it falls on deaf ears, you're not going to be heard. So they got thrown in jail with everybody, with the other one, two men. So just recently, they have a group, the Innocence Project, that's been going around looking at old cases that people have been railroaded, and they have, you know, saved a lot of people and exonerated a lot of people. And this was one of them. This was a case they took up, and I don't know if it's because there was a documentary on Malcolm X that it was like a mystery of who killed Malcolm X, and showed like different witnesses of what they said, different people that wasn't asked any questions, and they looked at all of that. And anyway, they decided to reopen this case, and they found these two men innocent after all these years. I mean, this is a whole lifespan. For that to be 44 years, I wonder how old they were when they went to jail. But I mean, that's really sad. And you know what? And really, when you think about it, there's more men than this is in jail that got railroaded. Maybe looked at a white woman, or said something, it was rape, or just something, or was in the wrong place or the wrong place, at the right time that it was there to get arrested. And anyway, that's just really sad. And you think, I know sometimes they have to petition the court to get money for the wrongful convictions, but them things take time. And you think, if this guy done spent 44 years in jail, let's say if they was 20 when they went in, so they damn near close to 70, or 65 to 70. Okay. And by the time you petition the courts to give you money for a wrongful lawsuit, I mean, you may not even live to see your money. I don't know if the family would get it, because they not the one who spent their time in jail, but yet they are the ones who, if they had children, they had to go without a father. So I don't know if they get the money or not, or if you don't live to get it, will your family get it? Because I believe one of the guys has passed away. It's only one guy left out of the two guys that they exonerated. It's just really a sad case. Really a sad case. So that's been the news this week. And like I said, Ahmad Arbery is coming up. We'll see what happens with that. I'm quite sure that would be a lot to talk about. As for Kyle, like I said, I think the court just was saying, okay, it's all right for you to go out there and try to be a vigilante. If stuff happened, I think, you have to pay some accountability of it, because right now I don't see no justice for the two people that lost their lives. And that's just my personal opinion, but I was glad to see who came to chat with CC and put your opinions out there. I'll be back either Sunday or Monday of next week. Please subscribe and it'll let you know when I come back. And we'll see what topics happen next week. And so you could chat with CC. In the meantime, you have a good week and have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.